what you got going
on? Extra storage.
Yeah.
That we found when we took the bed off. And I said, why didn't they put a door there? I could use that storage.
So on the other side of the rig, there's a heater vent or duct work that goes through there, but on this side, it's just open. So we're going to use this as an added storage space. So I got to take the cover back off, take this plate off, and put some cabinet hatches or cabinet hasps on. Now, just got to pull these nails out of here, and then we'll have a new little storage space. So these are the standard push latches that come on most every Airstream cabinet door or closet door, things like that. So that's what I'm going to put, one up here at the top and one down here in the bottom. And I'll have a little door that we can just pop on and off should we need to get in and out of here for any reason. Now I got to put the mail in on the back of the door here. Can you bring me a pencil, Blair?
Cool.
I don't have a handle yet, but and I didn't put it up against flush. I'm going to put some little rubber bumpers because I didn't do it flush because you won't be able to get nothing back here if we choose not to do a handle. So I've got these little rubber bumpers here. I'll put one of these on each corner. Give it some stability, and then put it back on and check it. That's great. No wobbly anymore. So now we got a compartment to hold some of our paperwork. Yeah. I wish we could fit this giant bag in there.
Which one?
The owner's bag.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice too. Ta-da! Sweet. I can make better use of this. Thanks.
What are those bags?
Hopefully they work. We had a huge safe that was fireproof. We no longer have room for our safe, so instead of buying a smaller safe, we are gonna try the envelopes and pray they work if anything happens.
Okay. You all know I'm a big fan of SnapPads already. I'm just go ahead and finishing putting on the front one here. We're inside a bay right now. I'm getting a wax coating put on it. It's a protective finish. It's kind of like a ceramic coating, but it's a wax feature made by Ultimar. Taylor, his name, he's over there putting it on right now. So I had a little bit of chance with the jack stand here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the front SnapPad on. All 4 others are already on. So I got my LevelMate Pro here. I just use command strips, and I'm up here in the front driver's side compartment. And I'm going to just put it right here, up out of the way, because I'll keep my power cord and a few other things in here that we'll use to set up the rig when we get places. So this will be easy to just turn on and off right here. So that's why I'm putting it here. And then I got to go through and reprogram it for the different trailer that we have now. But this makes it easy should I ever need to move it. I am not screwed into a wall, and it's easily accessible and out of the way. So most of you saw me put the 3M film on the doors, the inside of the storage doors here, and on both sides. But I'm going to put this on the front of my propane tank cover so the jack doesn't rub the clear coat off. I put some little rubber stoppers back here when I turn the jack sideways because there is a screw back here. But now I can open my tailgate all the way. And if you don't know, there's 3 Allen wrench screws all the way around, and you can spin your head in any direction you like. But my tailgate hits, so I've got this one turned. And I'm just going to put a little bit of 3M film right on the front there so I don't scratch it when I take this thing on and off. This stuff is pretty forgiving, so should you not get it exactly where you want to, you can easily move it. Just like that, it's done. Let's put the tank cover on, see how it looks. For any of you who are relatively new to this and maybe new to this, start with the top of your tank cover leaning back and make sure the lid's open. You can run it down on my clear film, clear my cable here. Sometimes when you're putting the tank cover on, this rod right here, which goes all the way down, will be a little too far forward. You can just reach in here and push it back, pop the tank cover down. being seated. Also, if you've never noticed, you can adjust this jack head. All you gotta do is adjust the screws. So I gotta turn that back screw down. You know, put that thing and show that level. But if you ever pop this off for any reason and put it back on, it will not match up again. Now it's here, so I need to push the whole front down over here. So you can adjust it any way. You just gotta make sure you put it back in the same way. All right, I've got these. It's called a tank halo, and that is for the bottom of your tanks, and they sit right in this compartment here. Basically, this keeps them from rusting and makes them more durable, so you don't scratch up the bottom of your tanks when you put them places. Because Airstream ships them with this bubble wrap on them already. So I'm gonna clean this one off, put on the tank halo. So I want to talk real quick about what happened just now. You saw me reinstalling a battery switch. This battery switch that was on it before, you've seen this probably in some photos or something if you've watched what we've done before. Last night I turned the battery on, battery disconnect switch on, nothing happened. Then it started getting a flashing. So if you have a newer model Airstream with a push button style battery disconnect switch, you will notice if it starts going flashy green on and off, that means there's low voltage. And I could not figure out for the life of me what's causing low voltage, or why is there an issue. My battery shows us at 96%. I checked the voltage on it, everything was great, but I couldn't figure it out. So I went outside, I turned this battery disconnect off, I turned this battery disconnect back on, still same deal. Plugged into shore power and everything worked, and everything worked well, and it was going swimmingly, but I still was, my DC system was weird, and I couldn't get, my battery was not charging, so I knew there was an issue. So this morning I got back into the garage where I've been fixing things at, and I started checking, and just so happened where the power wire comes off the hot side of the battery, goes through my big T fuse, my big 300 amp T fuse, and back into what was then this switch. I happened to hit that wire for something, and I saw lights on the inverter flicker. So I'm like, there's something, either that wire, that connector, or this thing failed. I have never, in so many years of all the things I've ever seen these on, I've never in my life ever seen one of these fail. And I was so shocked. I took this thing apart. There's a gasket right around inside of this white part. So when they put the whole thing together, but there's a gasket in here, and the gasket was pinched right on the other side of this lip when I screwed it down. Therefore, it caused the smallest of gaps between the big, there's a big brass rectangle plate on the back side of this and these two bars. So when it's off, that rectangle plate is up and down, and when you turn it on, that rectangle plate goes side to side, which makes the connection. And on one side of this, when that brass plate turned, it was so ever slightly not touching because of that O-ring, it caused it to arc. Then it caused it to melt the plastic inside of here. So therefore, it was not making a connection anymore. And absolute strangest thing I've ever seen, one of these failing, but it happened. So now I'm gonna clean up the tools and head back over to the RV park. All right, rig is done. We are in it, and I just want to say thank you to a handful of folks. First of all, Ethan Anderson. He works at Airstream of Utah. If you might remember him from a year or so ago when we had axles replaced on a rig. Him and I struck up a friendship, and he was the person that I was able to call and rely on for most of the advice that I received on installing this giant lithium and all the things I did to this rig. I have never done anything like that before by myself. I've always had help. And I continue to have help this time. So this first time I've done everything hands-on. He was just a person, he was the phone a friend that I had for everything I needed. So if you're in an Airstream and you happen to be traveling through Utah and you need some work done, Ethan at Airstream of Utah is someone that I highly recommend. Also, Ronnie from Airstream Nuts and Bolts, I called him a couple times, you know, when I started out with this project and said, here's what I want to do. What do you think? And we chatted back and forth, and I'm very grateful to him for his time. And I'm also very grateful for a number of other YouTube channels out there, or watching people who've done this, and the folks at Battleborn and the folks at Victron, whom I had a number of conversations with about setting things up and wiring this and what type of wire I should use for pick a thing. Wonderful companies all around, and I'm very grateful to all of you who helped me do that. And Blair, it was really cool learning how to do all this with you and watching you learn how to do some of this stuff. That's really cool. So we are self-sufficient in the rig and ready to get on the road. We really hope to get to see all of you on the road as we travel around the country, and we're getting back on the road very, very soon. As always, if you have any questions about what we've done to this rig, why we did what we did, how we've liked it since we've done it, I'll do follow-up videos. But if you have any questions in the interim, please never hesitate to contact us via the Contact Us link on our website, 13adventures.com, and you can contact us right there. I promise I will write you back very, very soon. And I will probably even have a phone conversation with you. But anyway, happy adventures, everyone.